going on? What's going on, good people?
What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing this evening? This is episode 109. I'm Lamar. It's my brother, Casey Fowler, and this is the Foul Language Podcast.
Hey, man, just like every other episode, man, get your headphones on if you're at work. Put the kiddies to bed because you might just hear some foul language. Let's get it, man. Let's go.
Got that right. Roll the intro.
Perfect.
Well, everybody, got a little spoil. If you're paying attention to the lower corner of your screen, one of the topics we'll be talking about tonight, but we'll be back there later. So right now, before we get to all that fun stuff, let's talk about the accessory check-in. So, brother, what accessories do you have this evening?
Oh, man. So for the drink, man, another week of the 10 cup, going back to the 10 cup. I really wanted to see how it paired with this guy right here, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Krakatoa from Mazatra de Saka, or however the hell you say that shit.
It's Muestra de Saka.
Moisture.
Moisture.
Yeah, moisture. Yeah, that shit. So smoking that motherfucker, man, and it came in this cool ass fucking box, man. Like, shout out to BBL Luxuries, because this shit was fucking cool as fuck, man. I'm gonna be putting some stuff in this. It's gonna have some stuff. I'm keeping it. You know
He's
how
excited about the coffee.
You know how us black people keep like Taco Bell
Crown
cups and
bag,
shit
yeah.
in crown bags and shit, and Chinese food fucking containers and shit. Yes, sir. I'm keeping this motherfucker, man.
Yeah, my first one I think I still got from 4 years ago. So yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, so far hell of a pairing. First couple of hits, man, made me a little lightheaded for a second. So I know this shit gonna be good, man. How about you, man? What you got going on over there?
So I like stories with my stuff. So for the cigar had to go with the whiskey or the drink. I won't say whiskey, but the cigar I picked is the 601 by 601 Warhead. I think it's Espinosa, and I had to take the foot band off. The only band it's got is this guy. Looks like a Warhead when you take it off. It's even got like the rivets, like an actual bomb or something like that. So that's pretty cool. And so I was watching a video maybe last week on YouTube, and it was a sommelier talking about different types of a beverage. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I've been too harsh on this particular type of alcohol. Maybe I need to give it a second try. So for tonight, folks, I have something that I have not actively consumed in a long time. Tonight, I've got a bottle of tequila, folks.
Oh, shit. This motherfucker drinking tequila.
Ooh, I got the Don Julio private cask. Yeah. So, story about that, too. Let me get my stuff. So, went to the liquor store, man. Got my stuff. And, man, I still think, man, I don't know. So when I went over there, they had this, and it was like this, like the whiskey, like the Hennessy's and stuff like that. And they weren't even that expensive. This one, the one that's 154 is expensive, and the one that I wanted is right to the right of that, and you can just pick it up, and it costs more than some of them. So I was just like, man, I don't know, man. So yeah, if you look over in the corner, that's the bottle I had, and in true Lamar fashion, it was on sale, $12 off. So definitely was excited about that. Yeah. That was the one I was going in there, and that was the one I almost bought just because the bottle looked cool, but I didn't feel like spending $100. So that's what I almost got. If I like this and this treats me well, maybe I'll run back and get that next time. So yes, I'm trying a tequila for the first time. Well, actually, it's the first time since like last week because I mentioned it to somebody, and they were like, "Here, try this one, see what you think." And it wasn't horrible. So, but it was only a little taste. So this is my first actual consuming. Let me show that in the glass right now.
Ooh.
So it's about to go down.
Be fucked up. This might be really interesting.
And so the review on the cigar that I read said the guy said it was the strongest cigar he had in 3 years. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Yes, sir.
So stay tuned. We will try to update you on how his accessories are treating us in the future.
We shall see. All right, guys, it's that time again, man. We like to bring some
Mhm.
positivity to this ever negative world, man. And if y'all been watching the news, seeing what's going on in the world, you know the shit's going to shit like always, man. So we like to bring some positivity
Mhm.
to this negative world, man. It's called the Wibble, man, or what's best in life. So, brother,
Mhm.
what is best in life?
Oh man, been a good, fun, interesting week. Busy week, real busy week. But one of the things that's been taking up my time late in the evenings is I picked up my nerd card again, and from 20 years ago in college, 20 plus years ago in college now, when I first started in college, I'm guess I'm getting old. I used to play this game on the computer, and I found it on their site, and it's actually free to download. So nothing does me better than finding a game that's free. Appreciate it. With the damn
That's cool.
emojis now. I'm gonna have my own assistant with these. I got to figure out what all the emojis are now, so just so I know. I think it's on my hand. I think my thumbs up. But anyway, so because of that, I went on there, downloaded StarCraft, the original
Oh
StarCraft,
shit.
and I've been playing that heavy for the past week, going in right now. So stuck right now. There's a mission I can't beat, but I think I know how to beat it. So been playing
Yeah.
that, been playing that, been playing that, been playing that. So it's been fun. Um, let's see. So for the astute viewer, these are brand new shiny headphones. Brand new
Oh.
as of today, because I noticed my headphones, my old ones, the ones that I used to use, they were dying. They had broken, and I thought it was because they were cheap or something. But I had really been hard on them, and I've actually had them for a little over 2 years. So they broke. And Kim was like, "Don't mess around. Just get you some more." So I got these. These are the Soundcore Q45s. I think next week or two, in a few weeks, I'll do a review on MF and Research, kind of let you know what I think, because they are pretty good. So far, so good. They are an improvement over the little brothers that I had before. Um, so let's see what else. So went to get my car back. So my car was in the shop. Had to get the moon roof or sunroof, depending on who you are, fixed. Um, Nothing like a warranty charge, so it didn't cost me anything. Had a loaner for a week and a half.
So it's good.
Yep. So went back to go take it, and the guy who drives the car service back and forth from the dealership to your house, a brother, older brother too, and we've been chopping it up. He kind of kind of make not as a bond, but he kind of know who you are. So he's like, hey man, so you kind of can jump the line if you need a shuttle back and shit like that.
Right,
So
right, right.
he saw me. He was like, hey, what's going on, man? How you doing? And then I had Lamar in the back. So Lamar hopped out the car. He just woke up. And he's like, hey, little man. So he's talking to him, whatever. Lamar's talking to him, give him a fist bump. He's like, hey, man, I got a surprise for you. And I'm thinking like a little piece of candy or something like that. He gives my son a remote control car, like a
Oh, that's
Jeep
cool.
Wrangler Gladiator remote
That's cool.
control car. Oh, matter of fact, I forgot. Do we have? No, I didn't put the picture in here. I meant to put the picture in here. Yeah, I don't think I have the picture in there. It's too late. I'm not gonna try to put it in. But yeah, so he gave him a car, remote control car. He hadn't used it yet. He had a big ass grin on his face too. So he was happy as could be for the rest of the time. It's been a little while. So last weekend, Simone had her first performance in her Gator Entertainer group. I tried to send it to y'all, but because you and your wife don't have iPhones and it's a larger file, it was a little challenging. So I
Facebook.
might just save it and send it a link. Yeah, I guess I can do it that way. I do it that way. So yeah. So yeah, what else? Still haven't gotten the bike registered yet. That's a whole nother ordeal. Um, yeah, neither here nor there. Let's see what else is gone. The motorcycle is gone. My father-in-law's motorcycle is in his hands now. He
Oh
has
wow.
been tinkering on it for about a little over a week now, so he's excited about that. Garage has a little more space in it now. Um, Going to be redoing some stuff in the garage and upstairs in the next week, so it should be exciting. Just getting ready for Thanksgiving. Work is work, and I think that is about it. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but for now, that is about it on the Whipple. So, brother, what's best in life?
Well, for starters, let me say I know it's gonna be past it by the time this air, man. But it's Veterans
Mm-hmm.
Day weekend, so I got a nice little
Yeah.
4 day, man. Shout out to all the veterans that
Mm-hmm.
served before me, with me, and who's gonna serve after me. Appreciate you
Mm-hmm.
guys, man. we all been in the shit together at one point or another. And everybody that's coming in, y'all gonna be in the shit soon too. But so that's it, man. Just chilling. I got to take a couple of fucking naps the past couple of days, man. And you don't appreciate a nap until you a grown ass fucking man with a whole bunch of adult and shit to do. And sometimes you just gotta power down, man, and start to fuck over. Because after a while, shit starts to irritate you and shit like that. You just go take a goddamn nap, grumpy ass old man. So
old ass man.
Yeah, so doing that, man. On the kid front, Tangi is starting to settle into her place. I'll explain to you the details on that offline sometime when I get time, when we get time. Dre is in Job Corps. He's doing real well, man. Took his assessment test, and the highest level was 5 for the assessment test, and he got level 4, so he's crushing that.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
He's getting certifications already. He got a couple of FEMA certs. Some cert to mess with a particular brand of tools or some shit like that. I forgot the name of it, like automated power something tools.
Not pneumatic tools, is it?
I don't know what the fuck it is, man.
Oh, that's what would be pneumatic.
But so he's doing it. Shania's, doing her thing in school like she always do. Our niece had a birthday. Big 17. Keontae, he's still killing it with the band. They got them marching now. Like they're practicing marching, and he's like, that shit's hard. He's like, that shit sucks. But he's making it do what it do, man. And then Kevion's just being fucking Kevion, man. I don't know. They went to the pumpkin patch or some shit like that last week, and he was playing and having a good time. And my lovely wife, she killing it on her live still. She just had a live Sunday, sold out again. Shout out to everybody that supports Isla Nanny on the lives and stuff. You guys are awesome. She's actually leaving on Sunday for Kentucky to go help out the family up there.
That's right.
A few days. So it'll be just me and the boys and the dog doing
that feeling.
What we do. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And then shit, what else? Melanin Warriors, man. Since I started this new series with the massacres of the highly melanated people, man, it's actually been doing well. People are really being receptive to it. I wasn't really sure how it was gonna go when I did it, because some of the stuff in these particular situations are pretty graphic, and what society we in right now. But it's real cool, man. Even had a comment from a dude that's from Georgia. Even got partners from Glen Hills and shit like that. Asked me, do I know such and such? I'm like,
no way.
If I did, I wouldn't say it online, bro. Like,
no way.
Come on. But it was cool. And some people putting information out about where you can actually find this stuff at in Congress libraries and things like that, and making their little comments and stuff. So they've been real receptive. I started putting my episodes on TikTok, and that shit is booming. I'm talking about like both of the episodes I put on TikTok has almost hit 300 as of right now. And I got 20 new followers on TikTok because of my videos, and then the followers on my subscribers on YouTube, man, I was at 133 for a minute, man. So just this week alone, it jumped up to 139, man. So I'm really grateful and appreciative for everybody that's watching.
Good.
New episode coming out this Sunday, man. Going to Memphis this time. I just finished recording that earlier today, and that shit had me and him mad, bro. I'm in this bitch like editing, clicking hard as fuck. I was in this bitch like, oh, what the fuck? But it's important information. I feel like that needs to come out, man. And
sure.
Lastly, just vibing, waiting for Thanksgiving, come and hang out with y'all, man. It's gonna be a real good time. Excited for that. And that's what's best in life.
We are back. It is time to talk. We'll go a little serious first, then we'll have a little fun later on. Let's talk about gentrification. It happens all over the place. You see it sometimes. The last time I think I can obviously see it was when we were in Oklahoma, driving to Indiana over the summer. So we were in Oklahoma City. We stayed downtown, and there's like a clear line of where you get from homeless people and shit like that, and the hood and the projects. And as soon as you cross a couple blocks over, you see like microbrews, coffee shops, all kind of shit. OSU is right there. Fucking hotels and stuff is there. So it's a real interesting divide. So what do you think about like gentrification and everything?
It's kind of tricky because on one hand, I'm like, this is generations of mainly us that are in these fucking areas that are getting buyed out and changed up and gentrified. But at the same fucking time, it's also bringing jobs and you know what I'm saying, other revenue to the actual city. So I mean, it's a good and bad thing. You know what I'm saying? On one hand, you got some the older people, I would say, just don't like change, don't like the adjustment. So you know, they put up a fight as much as possible. And some people like us who grew up in certain places, like when we went to Augusta, I was like, what the fuck? Over there by used to be MCG and shit like that. Like that whole Walton Way area and shit. I seen motherfucking
that whole campus.
Man, I seen the white kids playing frisbee and shit. I'm like, what the
we saw them playing soccer.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? Like it's something that you definitely gotta get used to. And my problem is they think that, you know, I'm pretty sure some official somewhere think, oh, this will help the crime in this area by doing this. No, you just moving that shit to a different fucking spot. That's essentially what it is, because every project in Augusta that they closed down, Underwood, Sunset, shit, I can't even think of any more right now, but they done shut down a lot of project areas, if you will, in Augusta and stuff like that. And they just shifted over to, you know what I'm saying, uptown Augusta, and it's still the same shit, if not fucking worse sometimes. But I mean, as far as the community goes, I mean, some of them spots, you know, some good spots. You know, they're changing. They, you know, they'll get you like a Sprouts and shit like that to try to promote to eat better and things like that, which is really fucking cool. And then they have, you know, just different fucking stores that's promoting, that could promote unity, if you will. You know what I mean? But then you have people who come into these areas and they go Karen mode on the people that's been fucking down there. And that right there is what I have a fucking problem with. I want to call the police on this person because they're doing the same shit they've been doing since 1998. It's a goddamn problem because Karen's here now. And it's just a crazy thing with fucking gentrification, man. Either you with it or you just don't care. Me personally, I don't care. I don't really give a shit completely because I mean, you really can't stop progress, I guess, if you could say, man. And then if these people gonna cut you a motherfucking fat ass check, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna take the fucking check. Which what made me think about this topic in particular, when I put it on our a sheet or whatever, was a show called The Neighborhood is what we were watching, and there was a whole thing about gentrification when it came to the main character, which is Cedric the Entertainer, having somebody try to buy out his shop. And you know, he finally bought out the shop or whatever. Then he turned around and wanted to open a business in another hooded area, and they tried to, you know, boycott him, saying he was trying to gentrify the community. So I mean, it's all about perspective, just like everything else when it comes to gentrification. If you know, but you got to talk to the community. You can't just throw money at every fucking thing and just say, all right, we're gonna take your shit, we're gonna give you this check, we're gonna build whatever the fuck we want. You should have that dialogue with the community, man, about, you know, what the community would want from whatever you're trying to build or bring in. Because I guarantee you, GRU didn't give a fuck about Sunset and everything else over there when they started building those dorms and little soccer fields and all the other shit. They just, y'all motherfuckers got to get out. And we closing this whole fucking thing now. Here's a little voucher for you to go get you a house somewhere else. And good luck, motherfucker. No, you gotta have dialogue with the people, man. You can't just build all these fucking crazy ass. I don't want to say white shops because, you know, black people like the same shit. You know what I'm saying? But bougie shops. Let's go with bougie shops. You can't put all these bougie shops and people who don't really care for that type of traffic or that type of crowd. You know what I'm saying? Which would possibly cause more confusion, possibly violence, and everything fucking else. You should have a conversation with the community when it comes to gentrification, but it doesn't look like they're doing that. These corporations, these people with the money or whatever, architects, whoever the fuck they are doing it, they're just, you know, throwing the money, building what the fuck they want to build, and they don't give a damn about the people. At the end of the day, it's a people conversation, not just the people in that neighborhood, but the people that'll come over into that neighborhood because you gentrifying it. Y'all should all come together and have a conversation about what's good, what's bad about the situation, and come to a medium to where everybody is satisfied, everybody's happy, instead of just thinking about the dollar. But that's the problem. It's all about the dollar. That's really all I got, bro.
That it is. All right, so you said it's about the people, and that's probably my biggest concern. So if you think about it on a longer time frame, like a lot of those areas, like you think about, you know, going way back when you had, like, you know, predominantly white areas or whatever. And then
Mhm.
in certain areas, in certain parts of the country, there was like white flight. There's like black people moving in and white people moving out.
Right,
You
right.
know, those places become, you know, predominantly black or whatever. And then as time progresses, it starts to the cycle starts to come back around and they start to try to gentrify and start buying that shit back out. So my thing is, if it's an area where, you know, the people aren't really there and there's no money in that area, and you want to try to rejuvenate that area, that's one thing. But I really worry about the people. You know what I'm saying? Like I was saying in Oklahoma, there's a shit ton of homeless people. And in certain areas, there's a lot of homeless people. So what are you doing when you try to bring these breweries and these businesses and these coffee shops and these pickleball courts and hookah lounges and whatever else you bring um, to these areas, these um, shopping centers, these high-rise apartments, and all that shit? What are you doing to take care of those people? And as long as it's done in a way that takes care of people, which in a lot of cases is really not, I'm
Yeah.
good. I'm good. Um, that's usually my thing. I hate when they try to like, you know, you see it, I think a lot in California where like people who have had houses for a long time, they'll give them like BS citations for certain things, especially if they have like small businesses, especially with the small businesses. Like if they have like, they'll say like, you know, their place is a center for gang activity and it's like a grocery store and anybody there. Or you know, they try to like raise the taxes or whatever, or
Mhm.
there's like shady business deals. Like that's the kind of thing that I hate. If you're
Right.
not doing it, you know, the right way and being fair to everybody. I mean, if you think of the seven habits of highly effective people, um, if you think win-win, I'm good. But a lot of cases, it's like I'm gonna win and I'm going to bulldoze everybody else. So I don't care what happens with them. And I mean, yeah, you may not make a lot of as much money, but you'll still make money. You still make great money. And I mean, I think that's the thing is it's all about, like you said, the money. And I think there's advantages to it on paper, but then also you got to look at like, are you like running the risk of like getting rid of like historical stuff or, you know,
Right.
somewhat historical, locally historical stuff? Because I mean, I know there's laws and stuff in place. Like there's a place designated as a historical site, there's things you can and can't do.
Mm.
But you know, if it's a place that's just like, you know, a hangout or a thing that's important to the community, I mean, respect that. I mean, and don't try to just take over it. And you see it all the time. I mean, you see it like there's a where's the lady's name? I can't think of where she's at right now. Is it on the beach or somewhere? But they're trying to like sue her out of her place. Dang, I can't, they talk
Hmm.
about it on the Breakfast Club all the time. Um, Dang, I can't think what it is. But
I haven't heard about that
and
one, but I've heard of several instances where they
it
do
always
exactly
happens,
that.
man. It always happens. I mean, just like the beachfront property that the black families own, that they're just now getting it back or getting like some of the land rights back to it. I mean, stuff like that, it bothers me. I mean, and that's the thing that I think about is yes, you can get even if you own the property and you get a check, are they giving you a check to give you something comparable? You know what I'm saying? Like you got to be careful because if they say, "Hey, here's $250,000," if you don't know any better and you ain't paying attention, that sounds like a lot of money.
You're just
But
gonna
when
see
you
the
try to
zeros.
pick up and move and buy something comparable somewhere else, you realize how fast that chunk of money runs. I mean, and it sounds good. Ooh, $250,000 sounds fantastic until you start looking at it in different parts of the world or country.
Mhm.
I mean, because there's places where $250,000 won't even get you a starter home.
True.
So, and I mean, I ain't even talking like just New York, Miami, um, California, place like that. There's places all across the country that $250,000, you'd be lucky if you can even get a house.
Yeah. It's starting to be
So,
like that almost everywhere, really.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So, I mean, that's really my thing is just making sure that the people are taken care of and doing what's best for not just the money that's coming in, but for the people that are the backbone of that community and making sure that that tax revenue and all that commerce that's coming in is used to help take care of the people. And that's all I got.
All right. The only thing I want to add, and maybe it's a kind of a question too, because I just had a thought while you were talking. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so with them, gentrifying everything, and they're okay, I'm gonna cut you this $250,000 check, um, so you can move out of your shit. Do you
Mm-hmm.
think that it would be beneficial to the people moving out if these same individuals that's offering the money also offer them an investing opportunity with said space that they're trying to build?
So I just spilled some water on me. So in on the surface, it sounds like a good idea, but it's almost kind of like one of them situations you want to be careful because in a lot of respects, they can kind of, give you this money on the back end, on the front end, but then through those investments, take it from you on the back end, if that makes sense.
That's true.
So while they may get you into this investments, they may say, hey, 250 is the minimum for the investment, and you've basically paid all your money, and you have no money, and there's fees, and there's ways to get you out your pockets, basically. And that's what I would worry about in that case. Now, if there's a outside entity not affiliated with the people at all, that's trying to come in and help, like think of like the Brothers with Earning Leisure or something like that. Like somebody affiliated with them comes in, helps you, build the community or something like that, or get some land, or find like a tiny home on some land, or whatever the case may be. Like find a way for you to really leverage what you get if you decide to take it. I mean, I think that's the approach I would be most comfortable with.
Okay. All right, like it. And then the other thing, I seen it on a video, man, like a month ago. I think it was in like China or Japan, where somebody refused to sell their fucking land.
Oh,
So that motherfuckers just built around it.
Around it, yeah.
Like,
You see it a lot.
highways and shit. I was like, damn, that's fucked up. That's bullying, bro. They're gonna bully you out your shit. Like, all right,
I think there's one
around it.
You see it on Instagram all the time. It's like Norway or Sweden or somewhere over there. And yeah, it's this whole area, this one old school house, and I think they're up to like ridiculous number, like 25 million or something like that.
And they ain't going for
it. I mean, because the other thing too you got to think of is, especially if it's like a home that's been passed down for generations or whatever, there's a lot in that house, in that land, in that area that you can't replace with just a dollar value, even if it's a big dollar value. So, I mean, that's something you got to do. With 25 million,
I'll be on memories.
I can find a new generational home pretty easily.
Right. You gotta start somewhere,
Yeah. So I mean, that's really all I'd say about that.
But yeah, what y'all out there think about gentrification, man? Are you for it? You against it? You got your own views about it? I mean, put some in the comments, man. Let us know.
As always, in between these segments, we end up about to start talking about how the cigars and stuff are treating us. So instead of doing that like we normally do, let's take advantage of it now. So, bro, how your access? Whoa, wait a minute. You really down to where I thought I saw? How your accessories treating you, man? Yeah.
It's burning fast, man. And I ain't even really smoking like that. I've been putting it down, talking and shit like that. It's burning fast, but it's burning good. It's burning good. I'm really enjoying it. It's a real good cigar, man. It's kind of strong. I'm feeling pretty fucking wavy already. And we're barely halfway through the episode, man. And it's pairing really, really good with the tin cup. I wish I had another one because I think it might be better with the vodka, but
I might get them from.
Yeah, I might jump on there and order me another one. I do got a birthday coming up, babe. When you see this episode, wink, wink. So get a chance to try it with.
You have plenty of time.
Yeah, with the vodka. So other than that, man, not too bad, not too shabby, man. 10 cups, 10 cup. How about yours, man? Your goddamn tequila and shit.
All right, we'll start with the cigar. It's harsh, not in a bad way. It's kind of like one of them things. Like if you like certain Connecticut, certain mild stuff. Was it the Davidoff late hour that I smoked last time? If you use the stuff that's like kind of got a strength to it, but kind of smooth, this ain't it. Not bad though. Don't get me wrong. It's a good cigar. It does go out every time I, put it down and talk for a prolonged amount of time. But when you light it back up, it lights up no problems, no fuss, good smoke output. But yeah, that's about it. The tequila, I'm impressed. It's not fucking bad.
Indeed.
It's got a little bit of sweetness to it. There's this almost, I don't know how to call it, other than alcoholish kind of flavor that I pick up on it that I don't normally get from like bourbons and stuff. That's a little off-putting, but overall,
tequila,
I mean,
the tequila taste.
Yeah, probably what it is. It's not bad. I'm definitely impressed. Definitely not a bad buy. I don't know if it's just because of the cask and everything, and it's close to bourbon, but not bad at all. We'll see how it goes. If I can give a update at the end, we'll see how that goes. But I do feel the kicking a little bit.
All right, so I was on Facebook. Me and the wife was sitting on the porch, smoking a poke, having just chilling and shit. And I seen a couple people on Facebook, and it made me think about this topic. A lot of people say, "Oh, I take care of my kids. I take care of my kids." You hear that shit all the time, but I know there's a difference between taking care of your kids and raising your kids. So, brother, I got kids, you got kids. What do you think about the differences between taking care of your kids and raising your kids?
So I think if I like to nerd out on stuff. So if you look at it like a Venn diagram, I would say everybody that raises their kids takes care of their kids, but everybody who takes care of their kids doesn't necessarily raise their kids.
Facts.
Kind of how I'll sum it up. And why I say that is because from my perspective, taking care of your kids is making sure that their needs are met. They got good food, they're at school on time, they're doing all those things. They're, like I said, fed, clothes are good, all the needs, the hot shelter, all that kind of stuff. I think when you get into the point of raising, or the technical term you're supposed to use is rearing, but I don't really use that too often. But we're not going to use that today. So in raising your children, you start to, that's when you start imparting wisdom on them, making sure they become good people, making sure they have the tools that they need to navigate through this crazy ass world. And I think that's kind of the big difference. And I think what happens a lot of times, and you see it a lot, especially when you see like how a grandparent goes from, how a parent goes when they turn to a grandparent, how they treat those grandkids. Because, and my mother-in-law really put it in perspective for me, because when you're a parent, you spend so much, and it's so hard to take your mind off of making sure that they have a roof over their head, they have clothes, they're fed. I mean, because that shit is a lot. I don't care how much you make, I don't care what you do, it's a lot. And sometimes it's exhausting. Most times it's exhausting. So some folks, they lose the bandwidth to actually take it up a notch and get into the raising and all that stuff and bringing in those things. So I think what ends up happening is those grandparents, when they become grandparents, they're like, hey, I can pull off the throttle a little bit and enjoy moments that I wasn't able to enjoy with my kids, with my grandkids. And that's why I think a lot of times too, grandparents are always nicer to the grandkids than they ever were to their actual kids.
Boy, so, mama let them kids get away with murder.
Boy, what?
But when they take her there though, she'll give it to them.
Oh yeah, she will now. She will. So, I mean, I think that's the thing. I think it takes a person, a parent. It takes an extra skill set to learn how to flip that switch and be willing to pass on legacy and pass on information and teach them things and stuff like that, and just try to teach them and do stuff like that and give little lessons. And I mean, it doesn't take off. You don't have to get them on a Saturday morning and read them these books. I mean, but read to your kids. Don't get me wrong, but what I'm saying is you don't have to read them, Miseducation of a Negro. You don't have to read them The Intelligent Investor, but you need to expose them to those things and expose them to different things and different aspects. So making sure they're self-sufficient, and just a little bit goes a long way. And I think if you keep that in mind, you can go from just taking care of to actually making sure your kids are well-rounded. And it's not perfect. I mean, because there's gonna be times where you just grinding and that's all you got. And I mean, there's been times where I'm trying to finish up a work thing or something like that, and the kids are like trying to tell me something. I'm like, hold on, I'm working. I'll get back to you. And then I'll kind of outside myself be like, you know what? This shit can wait. And I'll go and spend time with the kids and color or laugh and joke, or put together a puzzle with Simone, or work on Lego with Simone, or color with Lamar, or play cars and dinosaurs with Lamar and stuff like that. And I mean, those are the things that they'll remember, you know what I mean? And that's what you want to get to a point of, like, they remember those lessons and how they taught you those lessons. And that's kind of the goal. They won't remember that, the lights never got cut off, or, they were eating 5-star meals, or they got chicken nuggets every time they wanted, or whatever the case may be, like those things. They won't really pay attention. It's all important, but those are those kind of things that don't really get remembered. And you want to try to spend time as much as you can with those things that leave lasting memories on your children. What do you think, man? Since you have um, children of all ages, of a
in different
multiple of
brackets.
my kids, you got like subsets and focus groups of kids. So, what do you think, man?
It's really interesting, man. I really like what you said in the beginning of that, where you said, raising your kids is taking care of your kids, but taking care of your kids ain't exactly raising your kids. And
Mm-hmm.
that's exactly my point. As a young father, I couldn't know, I didn't know the difference between the two. You know what I'm saying? I thought,
Mm-hmm.
long as they got diapers on, long as they got food, all this other stuff, they straight. You know what I'm saying? But as they're getting older, and I get the phone calls from Tangi, Dre, even Shania, and I give the boys their what I'm saying, their little lesson of the day every once in a while. They, hey dad,
Mm-hmm.
how do I do this, or what's this, or how do I do that, all the way down to like, oh, I want to rent a car, or I'm trying to fill out my
Mm-hmm.
W4 form, shit like that. And that's where the real difference maker comes in,
Mm-hmm.
because you're the child's first teacher. I know they say, oh, you go to school, blah 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 blah,
Mm-hmm.
that's your teacher, but you're actually your child's first teacher,
That's
their
good.
last teacher, in the middle teacher. You're still their
Mm-hmm.
fucking teacher. And most parents don't think about that. Most of the
Mm-hmm.
parents you see, that's why I say I seen on Facebook, they figure, oh, I'm taking care of it. I'm paying, I make sure you got clothes on your back, food in your stomach. I ain't got to do shit else. You straight. I'm taking care of you. But they gonna grow up as adults who's not really functioning properly in the adult world, because they don't know
Mm-hmm.
shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They're not gonna know nothing. Mama didn't really have the opportunity, I would say, to actually show us some of these things because she worked so much. But being that
Mm-hmm.
the observant children we saw everything that mama was going through. So we was able to, what I'm saying, adapt and overcome and really understand shit, and learn from ourselves and impart that
Mm-hmm.
unto our kids, man. Even my older ones. I actually plan on sitting down with all three of them real soon, and we're gonna go over their resumes, because I've seen Tangy resume, I've seen Drake resume, and honestly, sorry kids if y'all watching, but your resumes are trash, and and we're gonna get those fixed. You know what I'm saying? And there was a
If you want me
conversation.
to, let me know. I'll help you with that.
Shit, you helped me, so I'm gonna impart the knowledge you gave me, and I'm gonna take it to them. That's how the shit work.
And as we'll
But
say, I
hell
am a
yeah,
hiring manager, so
yeah, hell
I
yeah.
do review. I'm reviewing damn
Mhm.
resumes right now. So.
Yeah, the same one you made for me, that's what I'm using as a template for them, and that's how we're going forward. Well, you didn't really make it for me, but you helped me with my shit, and I'm doing the
Mm-hmm.
same thing for them. But and that's just some of the things. I mean, in life, you gotta learn some stuff. And us as parents, we've been 20 before, we've been 19 before, we've been 16
Mm-hmm.
before. We already know what's going on, whether the environment and the culture has changed or shifted
Mm-hmm.
drastically. The meat and potatoes of the shit ain't changed at fucking all, man. How you move is the same way you always should fucking move in terms of certain shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, prime example, Kevandre, he used to smoke weed and stuff before he went to Job Corps. I said, boy, don't you take your ass on no break from Job Corps and go fucking smoke, because they're gonna probably piss you when you get back. And whether he take it or not, that's on him at this age, because he about to be 19. But I imparted that wisdom on him, so it'll be stuck in his head. Like, yeah, daddy did say this, or daddy did say that. And then Tangy with her apartment, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, look out for this, check out for this, look out for this. But if that's what you want to do, that's on you. You gotta make your own mistakes. Our job as parents is not to hold their hand, especially when they get up to the 18, 19, 20, 21. It's more of to guide them and say, hey, I made this mistake. Don't do this shit. But if that's what you
Mm-hmm.
want to do, that's gonna be fucking on you. And a lot of parents feel like, where that 18 rule comes in at, and that shit irks my fucking nerves. When I was younger, I was like, yeah, 18, shit, they done, they grown. But
Mm-hmm.
now that I'm older, you know what I'm saying, I realize 18 really ain't shit. Like, there's still a lot of learning that needs to happen there. And once they hit that 18 level, it's not the teacher anymore in the schools, it's the parent as the teacher that really has to go to the forefront and teach these kids how to become, functioning adults, how to budget
Mm-hmm.
your money, how to fill out a resume, how to dress and talk at interviews, and what I'm saying, how to problem solve. Problem solving is a big one with me and my kids, man. A big fucking
Mm-hmm.
thing. Problem solving and overcoming shit is a real big thing, because just like everybody else in our family know, I was the fucking hard head. So there was a lot of fucking overcoming and problem solving shit that I had to fucking do. So that's like one of my biggest things I try to impart to my kids. It's more than just, oh, I pay child support to fuck it. Because there's a lot of dudes that pay child support, like, yeah, I'm paying child support. I ain't doing shit else. Fuck it. I'm done. Nah, bro. Nah, that's not raising them, especially ours, especially us highly melanated people with our highly melanated children. They need to be educated on finance. They need to be educated on our history. They need to be educated on just simply how to move in different fucking environments, because you're not always going to be with the same homeboys and homegirls that you grew up with, hung out with. You're going to be in different circles eventually. And to get out your comfort zone, that's something else. That's the difference between taking care and raising it. Because if you're taking care of them, you don't give a fuck if they out their comfort zone or not. You want them to be comfortable, so they'll leave you the fuck alone. But when you raise them, you want to promote getting out your comfort zone, showing them something different, doing something different, taking that extra step. That's why I was glad I joined the army and got to see different shit and do different shit, and was able to bring particularly Tangi, Dre, and Shania out of Augusta and see how it is living in Washington, see what it's like living in Atlanta, to come down here to Mississippi, even though Mississippi sucks. They letting them actually see different shit and experience different shit, so they can kind of teaching them to go where they feel like they want to go in life. This shit's cool, I might want to get into this. Oh, that shit's cool, I might want to get into that. And a lot of parents, especially our age, because a lot of people I went to school with, we all was young fucking parents. We was all just fucking and dumping, for lack of a better term. We was all just out there fucking and dumping. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? A lot of us, it's either, oh, I'm putting food on the back, food in their belly, clothes in their back, like I mentioned before, or they treat the kids like they're just they home girl, they homeboy, and all this other shit. No, there's a fucking fine line with that too. That goes between taking care and raising. Taking care is, okay, you grown now, we can hang out like we fucking homies. No, motherfucker, we cool, we can laugh and joke, but then there's that fucking line. And you've been in the car with me and Kev Andre before. We laugh and we fucking joke, but he already knows there's that fucking line not to go across, and that's a result of him being raised, not just taken care of.
Yeah. Well, he climbed you on your phone so bad. That shit was so funny. Oh, man, I laughed so hard. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, man, we do this thing Sunday where all of us are on Facebook Messenger now, man. We do a big Facebook thing every fucking Sunday and just be laughing, joking, having a good time, man.
That's cool. And see, and that's the kind of stuff that they gonna remember, you know? And that's where they get them little nuggets of wisdom here and there, and learning, these are the things that I did coming up. If you can avoid these mistakes at all costs.
And sparing your kids' feelings. I'm sorry, sparing their feelings is another result, in my opinion, of not raising them. Is I don't want to keep harping on this certain subject because I don't want my child to be angry or catch an attitude because I'm doing that. Man, fuck that. They'll be pissed off or aggravated with it at first, but when they actually have to go through that shit, they'll be like, yeah, because daddy told me or mama told me this, and this, and this, just like this and this, so I already know how to move. Man, I'm grateful they did this shit, because every child that's grew up with a parent that was in their fucking ass grew up to say, yeah, I appreciate what the fuck you did. Like, me, for example, mama telling me I got to get the fuck out and all this other shit. I was hot. I was fucking heated when she fucking did that shit. But looking back,
it also depends on the circumstances too. I mean, in that particular circumstance,
I needed to get the fucking boot. I ain't even gonna bullshit.
I
needed to go, and I'm grateful for the shit, because you know what I'm saying. I wouldn't know the shit I know. I wouldn't have grown to become the man that I am right now if that shit didn't fucking happen at all. And mama, appreciate you.
Oh,
but yeah, that's really all, man.
The only thing I was gonna add to that is when you were talking about feelings, also try to understand their feelings as much as you can. Like, there are gonna be times where they have feelings on shit from their limited perspective on things. Even my daughter at 10, even my son at 4. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if they get like frustrated or upset and they're mad or something, like your initial reaction is to be like, shut the hell up and go sit down somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you have to catch yourself and be like, that's not necessarily the right action for that situation. And that takes a lot of self-reflection. And I mean, sometimes you're not going to get it right. I mean, because there's been times where I've been like saying something and I'd be like, hey, my bad, yo. Yeah. Let's work on that. So the future. So I mean, it's just mindful and letting them know that you can, as a parent, will make mistakes too, and that you're not so focused that you're not trying to be perfect and you're not above admitting when you may have handled the situation wrong.
Yeah, and that's a big one. And I know, like us growing up, like the comedians and shit would consider that, oh man, that's white people shit. But in actuality, no, that's real shit because you teaching your child
Mm-hmm.
that we're human beings and we all fuck up. Just because I'm your
Mm-hmm.
parent, that don't mean I'm fucking perfect. And
Right.
maybe your idea might be better than mine in some cases. I mean, we never fucking know. And
Mm-hmm.
just like you said, understanding their feelings, you also got to understand their personalities when it comes to certain shit. Because
Yeah.
I can't teach Tangi something the same way I would teach Kevandre, and I can't teach Kevandre the same way as I teach Shania and Keontae and Kevion. I can't teach them all the same way. It's all
Mm-hmm.
different, which it's like, oh shit, I gotta do this 5 different times. This is a fucking
Boy,
headache. But
you need a chart. Boy, damn.
but prime example, it was one time Kevion was like really pissed off. He was upset. He couldn't find one of his toys or something. It was like 8 o'clock, 8:30. And I was like, fuck you crying for, boy? I can't. He said he couldn't find his toy. I said, you know what? It's getting late. It's been a long day. You at school today. You tired. You just tired, man. You're not gonna be able to find it. Cause I know when I get tired, I start having a hard time with stuff. So I just need to go to sleep and
Right.
start over again in the morning. So he
Mm-hmm.
did exactly that. Woke up this morning, Dad, it was right here. You were right. I woke up this morning, I found it, and it was right here. And I was like, exactly, son. That's exactly what the fuck I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying, man. Little teachable moments like that. It means a
Mm-hmm.
lot to the kids, but I think it means way more to the parent, man. Shit's dope.
And as a parent, you got to keep learning too. I mean,
Hell yeah, yeah.
don't think you got it all figured out because you don't. You never will. I
Hell
mean,
yeah.
because there's always. I mean, but I will say to that point is there's a lot of great information out there, and there's a lot of shitty information out there too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was listening to this reel on Instagram earlier in the week, and this dude was talking about like he was sitting with his wife in the room. His wife was on the phone, and he was just sitting there chilling. The kid walks past him and goes to ask the wife for, we'll say, a drink or some juice or something.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
he's like, "Yo, I am right here.
Oh man,
I
that shit
can
hurts
help
my
you."
nerves.
I did it. I did it today. My son walked right past me and was like, "Mommy, can I have some water?" I'm like, "She is sitting down, chilling. I am standing up right here. I can get you this water." And anyway, I said all that to say that we all have situations like that. And then when you get into the comments of that particular post, there was these people and it just irked my nerves so bad. Where they were like, "Well, you know, I worked so hard, or my husband worked so hard to build a relationship to where my kid is comfortable going to them and they're able to." I'm like, shut the hell up. It don't always work like that. I mean, kids gonna go to their mamas because they gonna go to their mamas. I
That's
mean,
how it works.
that's
That's
their
just how it goes.
first bond. I mean, it
Things they
is what it
need and
is.
stuff like that is mom. When it's time for fun
Mm.
shit, it's dad. That's just
Mm.
the way
So I
this
mean,
shit
that's
works.
just it just is what it is. So I mean, you just do your best to help reduce that load when you catch the situations, and don't let them people from my parents out there. Don't let the internet make you feel like you just the worst
Mm.
parent ever, because you're not. If you are concerned, if you're the worst parent out there, you're not. I guarantee it. Because you have that concern, because you're trying, you're doing better than those that are like you
Oh
said.
yeah,
I pay my child support. They got everything they need. I'm good.
yeah. And that shit ain't enough.
No, it's
It's
not.
not. And it goes beyond more than finances. Because I've been paying child support since 2011, and I could have just
Since
left it at that. But
since the 1900s, boy. What?
shut the fuck up. And I could just leave it at that. But even now, I think I'll still be doing the exact same shit for all 5 of my kids up until I leave this earth, man. Till I
Mm-hmm.
go on to the other plane or whatnot, man. I'll continue to do exactly what I'm doing, man. No, parents, it's not gonna be easy. Sometimes you just need to take a fucking step back for a second and analyze the situation and come back to it. But sometimes you got to teach them. You got to teach them. How else they gonna know? Would you rather some fucking stranger
Mm-hmm.
on the internet fucking teach them? And we know how the media and YouTube is, man. They'll teach them one fucking thing, and then that shit'll be just that, and it'll be fucked up. Like a lot of the younger kids, they don't even watch cartoons no more. They're stuck in YouTube, and they treat YouTube like it's reality. Kevion got jacked up a couple goddamn times because he tries to act like them little kids be acting with their parents on fucking YouTube. No, sir. You ain't getting no subscribers for this. You're just gonna get an ass whooping. So you better tighten the fuck up.
Yeah. See, we have that issue with Simone a little bit. It's a little bit different though. It's not like trying to act like it's not necessarily realizing that a lot of these channels get a lot of shit like sent to them and they get a lot of things. So I mean, it's just like any like reviewers, like firearm reviewers, knife reviewers, bag reviewers.
It's gonna be you soon.
I'm trying. They touch a lot of stuff, and the average person isn't going to see the level of things that they see. And Simone doesn't necessarily get that all the time. Like she thinks that, you know, if she sees it on there, she should be able to get it if she asks for it. And that's not always going to be the case. And sometimes we have to talk her off that ledge and make her understand that this ain't YouTube, guys. You ain't about to get this for one day. You ain't about to get, what is this shit, diamond art one week, felt needling the next week, slime the next week. She's in the puzzles this week. These books that she wants because somebody else got these books. But I mean, I will say she's learned a lot of shit. Like listening to her, like the things that she has knowledge on, and it's not like I mean, because we kind of keep an eye on what she watches, but a lot of the things that she has understanding of, it's great to have an understanding of it at her age. So I'm definitely excited about that. So understanding that some of that stuff ain't real, like if you watching these skits and these pranks and this Mr. Beast type stuff, don't think that's real life because it ain't. I never watched his video.
I've heard them in lieu of a nap, and I'm like, this shit's stupid. But yeah, y'all, parents, even kids of parents, everybody, you know what I'm saying? Put some in the comments, man. What y'all think about taking care versus raising your kids? I'd really love to hear it. But I'm gonna be honest, and I might get some slack for this, but I really don't give a shit. I don't want to hear from the well, it's so hard being a single mother. I gotta do this and do that. I don't want to hear that bullshit. Just taking care versus raising your kids. I'd love to hear about what you think on the subject.
But see, here's why I would kind of take what you just said and kind of pivot a little bit. As a single parent, that shit is hard. I mean, no doubt about that. I mean,
no doubt. I just don't want to hear it.
But what I would love to see is, yes, we know it's hard. We're never diminishing that fact. It is difficult being a two-parent house, but being a single parent, like, how do you? And I think this will be better served for people. How do you try to instill those lessons in your kid as a single parent, knowing that, you know, your time, you don't have as much bandwidth as like a two parent household, or even
he translated for me, y'all. That's all that was. He just translated. Appreciate it.
I cleaned it up. So we were talking real quick before we switched to the next topic, and another thing that I was just about to talk about is it's so important to know your kids, because there are certain times where, like, you may want to discipline your kids or whatever the case may be, but you got to understand your kid. Because like my daughter, she's a perfectionist. And a lot of times what may happen if she messes up on something and does something wrong that may garner punishment. And it's not like, you know, an act, like, you know, like Lamar, he do something wrong, he'll fake cry to try to make it seem like he's like, he'd be like, like, boy, shut your ass up. And
I'm sorry, he better not do that while I'm there, bro. It's gonna be hard to hold the giggles in.
It's fine, because he'd be forcing that little one tear out, and I'd be like, well, if you don't shut up. But Simone, on the other hand, she is like so hard on herself about like when she messes up. And so what we have to do with her is make sure that we're realizing that it's okay to make mistakes. Like, you might face some consequences from said mistakes, but a mistake is not the end of the world. You will recover from said mistake. And so that's where, like, knowing your kids and their situations is also important in how you handle the situation. All right, everybody. Y'all see the title. It was up earlier. Not saying that either one of our wives want one, but I was listening to something one day, and so I thought it'd be a fun thought exercise to cover. And I mean, kind of think about, and I mean, and for some respects, give the husband's perspective on things like this. I mean, and ultimately it's your choice, so whatever. But if your wife decided that she wanted to get a BBL, how would you respond? And go.
Well, sir, since this is a thought exercise, I will advise caution while pertaining to said topic as we dialogue on the subject.
You
No,
don't shut your.
no, but I mean, that's one of them things where, shit, how can I word this? If she said, hey, babe, I've been thinking about getting a BBL, my first instinct is, the fuck is wrong with your ass now? I like it. What the fuck is the problem? I like it. Who gives a fuck? That's just my first reaction to it. But you know what I'm saying? At the end, it's one of those things, it's your body, just make sure it's your money too that's doing it. And I mean, you go for what you fucking know. I mean, I don't she knows that I don't prefer it. I don't really care for BBLs in my opinion. Just me personally, nothing against anybody who does it or anything like that, because motherfuckers are sensitive. But to me, it's not attractive. You got this fucking olive oil body with this fucking two honey baked hams in your fucking drawers. I mean, it's not
Honey baked.
It's not it. It's not it. It's not it.
I just got a honey baked
It's
ham
not it.
coupon for the season too. That's funny as hell. Go ahead.
We're gonna be eating Thanksgiving. Think about this conversation, but I never stop her from doing anything that she would want to do. I would, however, and I bet everybody was watching and even you thought I was just gonna go real fucking stupid, but I ain't.
I didn't think
But
so.
you know what I'm saying? I would really reinforce the, you know what I'm saying, the perfection of her body in my eyes to me. You know what I'm saying? What I like about it and everything like that. I mean, if you want to get it, I'm still gonna be back there, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm still either way, either way, we fucking. But
There it is.
I'm sorry, I tried. but I mean, either way. But I would, and reinforce her what she has now and support whatever decision she makes. Because, like I said, it's her body. I ain't putting nothing in my ass, so I ain't got no fucking dog in that fight if it comes to what you putting in your ass. I don't, I'll support her decision. And, if she wants to get a BBL to, further, add to that dump truck, for lack of a better term, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I'll just buy the sundresses. Let's get it. I really ain't got nothing else, bro. But if my sister-in-law would want to get a BBL, shout out to you first of all, Kim. You were fucking amazing. Can't wait to fucking come down there and eat. But if she wanted one, what would your opinion be on that, sir?
So first of all, I'd be annoyed as shit because we have to buy new clothes. Like, so that would be my first issue.
that motherfucker went to having to buy new clothes. I feel you know. That's a real conversation.
That's why
I am not amused. I am not
because shit ain't gonna fit no more. And it's gonna be even harder. I mean, women already have a hard ass time finding clothes anyway.
Yeah.
So it's going to make a difficult situation even harder. So now that that's out the way, if that's what she really wants to do, I mean, who am I to stop her? I mean, that's really what it boils down to. My honest opinion on the situation is it's a totally unnecessary endeavor because she knows how I feel about her rear end. I think it's glorious. I've thought it's glorious for a long ass time, and she knows it, and I know she knows it. So
that was the most proper. My wife got a fat ass comment I've ever heard in my life.
I was trying not to be like, yo, because I mean, I'm talking to my brother about my wife, so I ain't want to be like, yo, that thing.
No, I know exactly why you did it. I know exactly why you did it. But my wife's rear end because
is it any more room for me in them jeans? And pick the song. But anyway,
all right.
With that,
the line is drawn, motherfucker. Keep it clean. Keep it clean. The fuck.
So anyway, with that being said, kind of.
I'm sorry.
So, and another thing too is I appreciate the uniqueness about her figure, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get exactly.
Kind of like like John Legend said in the song of flaws and imperfections, like
Music soul
you
child.
start to appreciate those things, um, look forward to those things, enjoy those things. And what I tend to find in a lot of cases that you see out there is, give or take a few standard deviations, once they start getting the surgery done, it's all a similar type of body type. And that's kind of like my thing. It's like
Mm.
you sacrifice that uniqueness for a man-made build, if you will. I mean, if like, you have a concern, and I mean, I know like women body images and the way women are perceived and everything is bitch out there. But a lot of you can kind of tell, and even if it's not like massive, you start, it starts to get like, the same general shape, just bigger is really what happens. And I wouldn't necessarily want that. So I mean, that's kind of where I'm at with it. I mean, if that's what she feels like she needs to do, like my favorite example of plastic surgery or whatever, go back to my top 10 celebrity crushes, is Kelly Rowland, when she explained why she got breast implants. And she was saying that like a lot of the fits that she wears, and the dresses that she didn't like how she filled them out up top. So she said in an interview somewhere, and so she felt like in order to fill it out and to feel like she could do the dresses justice and be comfortable in them, I'm paraphrasing severely, but in order to feel comfortable, she felt like she needed to get a little more. And if that's what you feel to accomplish your goals, I mean, that's fine. Just know. Camera right there. You don't need it. You don't need it. Not at all. Okay, not at all. So, I really don't have a lot, because it basically boils down to I don't really have a say, but
Thanks.
I mean, I support her in her decision either way, and that ain't no simp shit. That's supporting your wife and whatever her endeavors are.
Hell no.
And now, if she goes off the rails after that, that's a different discussion. But yeah, if she wants to, and that's really what she feels like she needs to do, so be it. From my perspective, it's not a necessary thing, and I'm still gonna be pissed off about having to buy new clothes.
Indeed.
More than normal. I mean, like you can buy clothes anyway, but having to basically get all your pants replaced because them pants ain't fitting no more.
Yeah, it's like you said, and I like that you said that about the you know what I'm saying, the appreciation we have for our wives' uniqueness, if you will. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we like, that's what we prefer, but we're not going to stop you from doing something that you think would enhance whatever you're trying to enhance, like you use Kelly Rowland as the example. But yeah, that's another good fucking point here. Buy new clothes, because fuck no.
I would take it. That's what's on my brain.
But hell yeah, man. Husbands, it's y'all turn, man. Husbands and husbands only, goddamn it, for this one. Y'all put something in the fucking comments, man. If your wife wanted a BBL, would you let your wife get a BBL, man? And why
or if she
not, man?
Or if she got one, how you feel about that?
Oh, hell yeah, that one too. Put something in the comments, man. Let's talk about it.
All right, man. So how are your accessories treating you, or have treated you this evening?
Man, the cigar was good, man. It burned way faster than I would like. That's my only negative thing about it, man. But it was good. Didn't taste any flavors, because I usually don't taste flavors. I've been smoking cigars for a while now. Still hasn't mastered the keynotes yet.
I mean, it's always a thing.
I smoke them for the feeling, not the taste. But it was a real good cigar, man. In the box, like I said, man, this shit is fucking cool as fuck, man. We real big on Japanese samurai shit and all this other stuff, man.
I think even if the cigar was trash, it would still get a couple extra points.
Yeah, it would. It would. That the presentation was fucking amazing. I enjoyed it.
It's cool. Box, man. After a few years, it gets a little darker. When you come remind me, I'll show you mine.
Really? It gets darker?
Yeah. As the wood ages. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh,
it's a darker color than what yours is right now.
You're gonna have me looking at it for years. Just
not like flag color, but you can tell the difference in like yours now versus mine that's like
Mhm.
3 or 4 years old.
Yep. And I already know what I'm gonna put in it. I ain't gonna say it on here because I can't right now. Keyword right
En-
now, but I will soon.
Enjoy.
I will. But yeah, cigar wasn't bad, man. 10 cup was a 10 cup. It went good with the cigar, but like I said in the last check-in, I think vodka would have went better. How about yours, man?
Fair enough. So the cigar, like I said, it's strong. When I read a couple reviews on it, I was worried like it was like super strong and gonna just like put me out. It's strong, but it's not like super killer kryptonite and nothing like that. So I mean, it's alright. It's I like them a little more refined, if you will. I mean, it's kind of along those lines, like I said. It reminds me of like a Man of War. It really does.
Whoa, you got
Yeah,
some shit right, goddamn.
I don't smoke them. I think I might still have one too. But it reminds me of something like along those lines. And the tequila, wow, pleasantly surprised, man.
Wow. Yeah.
I like I'm gonna try some different tequilas now. Like I swore them off for a long. I mean, like I swore them off since Girls Gone Wild was the thing. That's how I remember how long. Not that I ain't do no silly shit when it was taping and then, but yeah, we were supposed to go and we were drinking. Like matter of fact, I saw the tequila that I was drinking that night there too. But yeah, I remember drinking a lot of tequila and I was like, never again. And didn't drink it until then. But yeah, this is not bad. I mean, I don't know about like everybody get hyped about Casamigos and stuff like that, but
that shit will
I don't
fuck
know.
You up.
Yeah, that's what I heard. And I don't know if this one because it's aged in a cask and in a barrel or whatever. So it kind of gives you like it's like a bourbon cousin. I mean, because it is like some of those sweet notes or whatever. So that's kind of cool. It's real light. It's not like heavy. But I'm impressed. I'm definitely impressed. I'm gonna try some more tequilas now. So I'm not swearing tequilas off anymore. You hear it now. After all these years, over a decade, tequilas might get. I'm still a bourbon guy through and through, but
we're gonna hold them to it.
Tequilas will come back in maybe once every couple of months out, try a new tequila. But bourbon's still my thing though. Indeed. So yeah, that's good. And the pairing is neither one overpower. I mean, you couldn't overpower the cigar if you tried, I don't think. But it didn't overpower the tequila either. So definitely cool. I'm gonna try it with a little bit of water, a little ice, see if that changes anything. But just taking it neat. Impressive. Indeed. Definitely impressive. I give a seal of approval. You got anything else for the people?
Nothing, man. Just may the ancestors bless you. May your manifestations come true. All that good shit, man. I shake.
All right. I don't have anything as profound, but just take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Take a break. If you find yourself scrolling on the internet and seeing a whole bunch of negative stuff, get off.
Yeah, hell
go,
yeah.
Go talk to people. It's good people. It's some assholes. Don't get me wrong. It's some ultimate driving assholes out there too. Yeah. But talk to some people. There's nice people out there. Good people. So take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Episode 109 in the books. We out.
Shade.